Okay, so this is part one of a series of videos that I'm going to be walking through how this service works. So this is the raw service as it exists at the moment, and this is a service that processes HTML and transforms and has a round trip, and I'll quickly explain how it works. So here's a bit of HTML that we have. You can see a head, a title, some information on it. And what you do is if you call this, you basically get this dictionary now. This dictionary is really important because this is a representation almost in graph format of the HTML code that is already been parsed. So you can see there's nodes, which is individual, and then there's the tags and attributes, etc. So this is really powerful, and I can spend quite a lot of time making sure that, as you see in a second, the round trip works. And of course, this is small, but this works for massive files. So the next one you have is you can watch the round trip. And what this is if I call this and I go HTML to HTML, you get the HTML back, right? So you could see the title, the main header, etc. This is a really important check because this confirms that all the transformations, which we'll see in a second, are actually working, and that we actually can rebuild back the HTML after making a bunch of changes, right? So this is almost going to be the worst case scenario because if this doesn't work, nothing else is going to work effectively, right? Then you got the text nodes. This is very important because when you call this, you get a hash per content. So this extracts all the content, all the text that exists in the HTML and gives you a hash for that. And what does this mean is, for example, if you go to this one, it's called lines, it's quite cool because this is another view of the HTML in this sort of tree-like format, right? Where you could see that it has structures, you got text. In fact, you can see here all the text that we extracted. And this actually looks quite cool for big sites, right? And big pages, right? Then this is another good views where you could see that now the HTML is replaced with the actual hash of that content, and you start to see this is how it basically works because you go from HTML to HTML dict, then to this hash representation, and then we can give this and the hashes and then put it all together, right? And it works quite well. The last one just here is that I usually look for demos. I kind of replace all the text with X's, and again, they kind of space aware and words aware, but this again works really nicely, right? From a visualization point of view, and in some of the other videos show this. Now, what we can do with that dictionary, right? So we can actually provide that dictionary and manipulate it, right? And then get HTML back like this, right? So what's cool about this is that you basically the way it works is I can come in here to that that value that is provided on this information, and let's say I modify this. You can see a page title here. Let's say I go changed, right? And this is really cool because this shows the round trip, right, of this bit here. So now you can see changed, and when you go here you can see that is being changed, right, and everything else is the same. So that's how we can manipulate the content because we can just give the dictionary and then it can rebuild it back to HTML. And then this last one here is super powerful too because this is the one where you provide a dictionary that has the information, and then you provide the materials, and then you get so you get the hashes back on this one. That's I already showed you the text nodes. The other one is this is just a version where the one that is really powerful is this one here, which is where is it? Dictionary to lines. The hashes one. Sorry. This is now where it's super powerful. This one because this one is where you provide the dictionary and you provide the hashes. So you can see the dictionary has the hashes, placeholders, whatever you want to put it in. And then when you put it in, you actually get the final HTML. So for example, like if I modify the hash and I go, here's the page title here, and I go AAA. Now what you could see now my page title is AAA. And actually, just as an example, like if I copy that hash there and I put that hash, let's say, on the title here, actually that's the title, let's put on the H1. So you get to see here, instead of 6.1, you got H1 text. If I execute it, now that text got replayed here, right? Which is really cool, right? So this is how this service works. And I'll do a series of how to go from here to another UI and some LLM action in the middle.